I'm a doctor, but I want to emphasize that this is by no means medical advice, simply general advice if you're trying to get healthier and possibly lose some weight. We often talk about low calorie diets, and in today's video, I'm not going to be talking about calories or diets. I'm actually just going to be talking about my best and most suggested foods for weight loss, and I'll explain why when I talk about each of these foods. Weight loss is so difficult for so many people, but we all know that the number one cause is mostly related to nutrition. Now first, let's talk about protein, my absolute favorite. It is very hard to actually lose weight if you're not getting adequate protein in your diet. You can check out this video for how much protein you actually need on a day-to-day. So having adequate protein is so important to actually lose weight, but not just lose weight, but lose fat and actually gain muscle. Now that you know that protein is actually so important, here are the main protein sources that I recommend. There are a multitude of sources of protein that can be meat, poultry, tofu, eggs, yogurt, grains, and plenty more. But my favorite are the following. So first off, if we're talking about fish, I love salmon and I love tuna. Why? Salmon is high in fat, but really healthy fat, like omega fats. So I recommend 1 to 2 servings a week. Tuna is super low in fat, but again, if you're getting it from a can, you have to limit that because of magnesium, but it is super healthy, high in protein, and really low in fat. When it comes to other sources of protein, I like poultry. So that could be turkey, chicken, but ideally without the skin and fat on top. I know we all love our chicken wings or our chicken thighs with all that skin and fat on top. I get it, but moderation is key. So if you can, take it off, grill without. There are so many flavorful recipes without that skin. But if you love that skin, cook it with and then maybe eat only a portion of it. The other thing is lean beef. So beef is important for so many reasons. We get our heme iron source that we can actually get from vegetarian types of iron like spinach and lentils. So this heme iron is important, but we have to keep in mind that beef has high cholesterol levels. So everything in moderation. So I don't recommend more than 1 to 2 portions a week, but lean beef is a super source of protein. The next source of protein I recommend are eggs and egg whites. They're amazing. I also want to mention that eggs have a good source of vitamin D, and vitamin D naturally only comes from very few foods, and the egg yolk is actually one of those sources. Another one would be tofu. Tofu is another great source of protein, which is low in fat content. It's filling, it's versatile, and I know a lot of people are intimidated by tofu, like how do I cook it? But I promise you that the internet is a fantastic resource if you're looking for good recipes on how to cook your tofu. I have quite a few on my Instagram page. You can check them out. The next would be Greek yogurt. Now, Greek yogurt could come either in a plain format or flavored. I love both of them. I'm not gonna pretend, but I like my Greek yogurt not at 0% because it's really tart and kind of bland. I like a little bit creamy, a little bit 2%, and you can add what you like to it, whether it's jam or peanut butter. Or what I recommend is mixing some of it with a flavored Greek yogurt so that you don't get so much sugar content, but you get just enough so that it's tasty, and then you can add fruits to it and whatever you kind of like to top it with. I also want to mention that these are both a complete source of amino acids. What does that mean? It is a complete protein. So you're getting all the amino acids or the building blocks needed to actually build muscle through Greek yogurt. Now, beans are another one of my favorite foods for weight loss. This is why. They are packed in nutrients, specifically fiber and protein. These are black turtle beans, but my favorite are chickpeas, lentils, black beans. You can cook them in so many different ways, but the point is, they fill you for a good amount of time because of the amount of fiber that's in them. Speaking of fiber, we all know we need fruits and vegetables in our diet. We all probably need more than what we're already getting, but which ones are essential for weight loss? So let me explain. You wanna focus on fruits and veggies that are higher in fiber content. Why? Because they fill you for longer. They have all the other benefits like keeping you regular in the bathroom, keeping down your blood cholesterol and blood sugar levels. So you're not gonna eat as much quantity if you're eating these high fiber fruits and veggies. Let me list you some of them. We're talking about apples, berries, pears, bananas. If you compare these to something like a cucumber, which could be tasty and crunchy and has its own benefits, cucumbers contain about 90 to 95% of just water. So you can imagine you're not gonna be very full or satiated on eating even an entire cucumber. But if you eat an entire banana and an apple, we all know that you're gonna be a lot fuller from those compared to a cucumber. Other really satiating vegetables are avocados, broccoli, carrots. So these fruits and veggies can go a long way in terms of benefit. Finally, let's just talk about grains. The greatest in terms of nutrient-rich, high fiber content, high protein content would be quinoa, which you can use easily in salads. Oatmeal, which I use every single day, either in a shake, in a pancake mix, in my muffin recipes, literally everywhere. It is so versatile. You can make oatmeal flour out of it. And finally, buckwheat. So these are all exceptional grains and types of food that you can start implementing in your day-to-day life. I just want to mention, I have implemented all these types of food in my diet over the course of many years. I was not always eating all these balanced, nutritious, and nutrient-dense foods. I also didn't understand nutrition the way I did today. So if you could start by implementing even one of these habits or one of these foods in your diet and add on that, eventually you'll see that your health will become a lot more improved. And finally, if you are looking for healthy, easy go-to breakfast recipes, I have an entire video of the 4 go-to breakfast breakfast that I eat every single day on rotation, specifically in a busy life where I'm trying to get nutrient in and how to make healthy choices.